welcome to Wedding Mayhem. Oh my freaking god! I just wet myself! Who the hell? Did you know that was happening? Yeah. You're a dickhead! Oh my god! Oh. Happy million views! Oh my god!
Here you go, I can contribute.
Did you know about that? No!
Not until I saw it.
Oh my god, I'm not okay.
Oh.
The best!
What are we celebrating?
High five, high five! Oh, good job, good job,
God.
good job. Who pulled that? You? Couple. Oh.
You got...
Obviously, it's not my man in the middle. He'd never do that to me. Look, he can't even look. Oh my god. Thank you, everybody that got us to our million views. You are fantastic, and we are still racking them up. It's brilliant.
A million? What, today?
Yeah. So you are our first person that asked to come on the show.
No.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, you literally messaged us.
Well, it took a while, didn't it?
You've had more people. We've just been waiting for one guy.
It was meant to be, I was going to come in April, wasn't I? And then we all shifted it about.
Yeah,
but
I think you messaged me round about, I think we started in November. I think it was round about Christmas time. And yeah.
You have to be proactive.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help when somebody's on the other side of the world.
That is true. Well, do you know what? I saw...
You nearly blasted me to the other side of the world.
You popped up on Instagram.
Right.
And I was looking, we was trying to go on things, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that's great. Because I didn't want to do something that I wouldn't enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to do something that was
fun.
Yeah.
You know? Should we
you two, yeah.
Should we actually introduce you first?
Hi.
We have Andy White from the Telephone Guest Book.
That's about right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's what you...
The Telephone Guest Book, that's me.
That's it,
us.
yeah.
Us, yes.
Who's the us? Who's the other people?
So it's really a family-run business.
Love that.
We have Dad actually at the back.
Yeah, my dad's out there. Because it's family-run.
Right.
So we do have, I mean, like the editing's in family, the mailing out in America, I mean, family.
Yeah, so you're not just here in the UK, you're in the US as well.
Yeah, so we started in the UK.
Right.
And then I kind of moved over to Florida, and then we started doing the phones there too. Yeah. So it's been a whirlwind since then, because Florida's a huge market. It's complete.
Is that why you moved there?
I moved there for probably just because I felt like I needed a change.
Yeah.
It was just,
well, did you just pick Florida just for the sake of it, or?
Well, no. I used to do a bit of real estate when I was younger.
Okay.
Long story short, my real estate agent's sister lived in Sarasota, and we went to visit one time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, why not? Because I had friends there already. So I knew I needed to do something because, you know, it was just kind of like, you know, everyone had that COVID slump, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I think everyone in that time rethought their life a bit.
This is what we said in the last
They did.
one.
And actually
like
now...
Loads of people had it, you know. So I'm so sorry. I'm just going to have to tell.
Yeah, I can't. Please take it out. Thanks.
Has that been on my head the whole time?
Yeah, I've got that.
Did you plant it there?
No. I've got some in my
Have I got any in my hair?
No, you're fine.
I feel like I look like me just getting off that plane.
You have just got off the plane. How were we?
Well, I was meant to come in yesterday. I was meant to fly in yesterday, and they bumped me off the flight. And then, because there's all the Taylor Swift shows are on this weekend.
Yeah.
So
oh God.
the you know, it was full of Swifties.
Right.
And there was people desperate to get on. There was a girl that came up to me and said, "Do you?" Because she knew that I was on my own, flying back on my own.
God.
She said, "Can I? Is there any way that you can ask? Can I buy your ticket? I'll pay you double." And I said no, because I'd already been bumped off once.
But did they already have tickets to Taylor Swift, or were they just trying to fly over?
I don't know, but there was a girl near me on the plane who didn't have a ticket, and she was flying in the hope that she was going to get one. Because I mean, look, you've got. Is she doing five dates or 6 dates? So you've got a good shot.
Yeah.
You know, Wembley's a big. What is it, like 70,000 people, 80,000? It's a good shot of getting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going?
No.
Very
we've
sore
just
subject.
found out this morning. My dad's got an offer from one of his friends of 40 years for a box So we thought for the last few months we were going. I've told my 5-year-old we're going. Turns out he's a massive scammer. So he's even scamming his friends. So yeah, that's the end of that.
So yeah, you should stay indoors.
At least I got the day off.
Maybe we can ask Taylor Swift if you've got any tickets.
Oh yeah, our
please.
Regular watcher.
Yeah.
Hi Taylor.
Look, I've got one of her.
I know you've
Have
got...
you?
Yeah, that is the
what
tortured.
Does it say?
It's the Tortured Poets Department.
That's the name of
Official
the
Oh,
bracelet.
fantastic.
I don't really do merchandise.
Right.
But that is. That's for me.
My
I'll
little
do
girl's
that.
got a pink t-shirt that says Swiftie and a cowboy hat.
Oh, when she was going. Right.
You know
we'll
what?
ask.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
I'm not that hardcore for Taylor Swift though. I think I'm just
well,
going to do
don't
it.
say that.
We'll cut that bit out. Anyway, back to you. So you had an epiphany about changing directions.
So
what were you doing before?
So in the UK, I was running a photo booth company for weddings, events, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So I did that from kind of 2015, 16, and then onwards up until kind of COVID and a little bit afterwards.
Right.
COVID, out of probably any industry in weddings, and maybe I'm a bit naive to this, but I have thought about it, was decimated because the thing is with weddings during COVID is people still needed a dress. People still needed a photographer.
Well,
right?
not just dress, because a lot of people were going, well, it's only 2 of us, it's only 6 of us, there's no point of having a dress at the beginning.
Okay,
so it was us educating them, going, this is your photos for life.
That's surprising. Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, who wants a photo booth with 6 people?
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Some people
and you know what all the rules were? 50 people.
Yeah.
It was like 30 people. 40
My best friend
people.
got married with 12.
Yeah.
No one. So we were dead for 2 years.
Yeah.
It was really bad, and so this is kind of so the telephone guest book idea actually came about because way before that I had the idea, and I know we kind of spoke about this before the show. I had the idea of recording people's life stories and turning it into like an audio life story. So interviewing them about their school, their first memory, their first kiss.
Yeah.
And it never really got off the ground, probably because I was occupied with other things and, I didn't put enough effort into it, so that's my bad. But when I was doing the photo booths, I thought, hold on a minute, I wonder if I can incorporate this idea into weddings, because this would be really fun. So to start with, we developed the technology and I started taking it along to weddings and people were booking it with my photo booth. So that's how it started. And everyone was like, this is great, you need to turn this into like a business.
So this is your technology?
Well, it's a bit complicated because we developed the technology.
Right.
And then we saw the idea was getting bigger. So we did a kind of partnership thing with another company and now they sell the phones too. So it's kind of like, it worked out really well because, and so there are a lot of phones out there that you might see that actually, if you trace it back, comes from
you
us.
guys. Yeah.
Wow. So it's, so...
You must be so proud.
Yeah, I am,
You've not had time to think about it yet.
No, I just, you know what, I think you have to be proud of everything that you do, right?
Of course.
Everything in life can be difficult. Yeah. Whether that you're a mum, looking after your kid, like it's difficult. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that I just focus on this. I have another business in Florida doing marquee lights. They call them marquee lights, so like the big love
letters. Yeah,
so we do that
they
as
call
well.
them marquee lights.
Yeah,
Love
I know.
that.
Yeah.
Marquee, as in marquees in the marquees.
Yeah, it's spelled.
I was literally thinking fairy lights on a marquee when you said that.
Right. No, they call them marquee lights. I think here it's more love lights.
Love lights.
Them.
Love letters.
Or like number light. I don't know.
Yeah. Wedding lights, whatever.
Yeah.
So we have 200 lights A to Z, and we do all of that. So we, that's just locally based. Whereas the phones we ship out all across the UK and the USA.
Wow.
So it's a much bigger reach.
Where's your warehouse?
We've got 2. We've got one in the UK.
Yeah.
And then in America we have a unit.
Right, okay.
So, but we need to expand because it's getting
I
a
bet
bit
the
out of
unit's
hand.
big though, innit? 'Cause it's America, everything's extra.
It's a bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's there's just a lot of phones. I mean,
Right.
there's some phones around here now, but like, if you go to where I am in America, there's just like rows of phones everywhere. So,
Really random, but have you ever thought
go on.
about doing like an old school phone box?
Oh,
You know, like the red, like old school, so you'd go in there and you can have like little posters of like 1-800 babe and just like how they used to be in old school, and then you put a coin in. So you're in like, you're actually in the booth. Like, I think
do you know what?
I bet there is.
That's a good
there
idea.
are companies
Got that one down.
that will rent out the booth.
Yeah.
We don't do that because it's I mean,
I
it's
know,
a whole
but yeah.
it's a whole different.
You'd have to take a whole plane.
Yeah, but yeah, if it was like a local one, you could.
Yeah.
But
I just thought
interestingly,
it's a really good idea.
we have clients, every day, but a lot of the clients that we do have, they get really excited. They're like, oh look, and they send me pictures of what they're building. So we've got one at the end of August, and they're building what you just said, a huge, big photo booth, and they're putting one of our phones in it.
Fantastic.
So we have that all the time.
Yeah.
But people are very inventive. And because this idea is relatively new, I would say.
It is here in the UK, definitely.
Yeah.
Last year or two, they're now popping
my
up.
sister-in-law's getting married next year, and she didn't know about these.
No.
And
Not Bubba, we've been talking
her
about
fiance was, because I was saying about like if I could have my nan or granddad's voice like on a recording, and he literally said about his nan, he was like, we've got to have that, like we've got to have that, Sadie.
Yeah.
And like,
because people don't have telephones anymore at home, like the answer phones and stuff like that, so we don't keep messages on our iPhones.
Mum and Dad had one like this in their bedroom, but it was cream.
Was it rotary?
Yeah.
So it's funny because when I take this phone in particular, this is our one of our rotary phones, and you give it to like a 10-year-old, they don't know how to dial it. Do you know how to dial it, right?
Oh yes.
I can't remember if I do. Can I hold it?
So how would you dial like 77? Turn it around though so we can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll hold it and you do it. And see it's the
I
camera.
can't remember. Hang on.
Go all the way round to the. That's it. Let go.
No, where's the 7 gone?
No.
No, I don't know how to dial.
Oh, how old are you?
34. Yeah, I'm older than
Bit
you.
embarrassing.
No, I can't. Hang on, what is it doing?
Back off my colleague.
You should know how to do
It's
that.
going to annoy me. Well, how do I call 7?
You just
You just did it.
push
Put your
it.
finger in the
Yeah,
hole.
you go all the way around to there
And then let it go.
and let it go.
Oh yeah, that is right.
And then you do it
7.
again.
Yeah, that was right. 7.
So if you've got a
Finger in the hole.
number, so people hate these numbers because it takes ages to dial it, right?
Imagine you're in an emergency.
Oh, I just caught my nail. That's no good.
Well, yeah. I'm surprised the emergency number wasn't 111 because it's quicker, isn't it?
It is quicker. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's 111?
Wasn't there a Lee Evans thing where you used to go 9, 9, 9? Oh, they're dead.
It reminds me of Sherlock Holmes.
Right. Do you know what's really weird about that?
Yeah.
The Sherlock TV series.
Yeah.
Una Stubbs.
Yeah.
Her grandfather founded my town, Letchworth, where I'm from.
No way.
Yeah, Letchworth Garden City is where I'm from, and that's.
Una Stubbs is Wurzel Gummidge's love interest.
Oh.
Aunt Sally.
Yeah, Ebenezer Howard founded Letchworth, and then he went on to do Welling.
Oh, when you said
right.
Ebenezer, I was going to go, I know him, but I thought you were going to say Scrooge.
Anyway,
I know that guy.
We've
Sorry,
digressed. So
That's
so
right.
you founded the telephone,
Yes, that's why we probably have the name too,
right? Okay.
because it is what it is. The telephone guest book.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
We bought a few other domain names around that because
Okay.
people start to copy.
Yes, of course,
Telephone guest books or.
Yeah, if you've got a good
God.
business, of course everybody wants.
So,
wants
but
to
there
jump
are
on the
other
bandwagon.
companies that have popped up.
Yeah.
That have different names.
But they do the generic.
So do they have to make
white
the
ones,
phones
don't they?
themselves? Sorry, or do they buy them from? So, like, could someone be like, I'm starting a business, and you can sell them your phones?
No, we just do rental. We just do rental. So
Right.
we have you can see this is our round antique, brass black antique. This is our bone china.
Yeah.
And then marble white's over there.
I love that
That's my
one.
favourite one.
That's
Yeah,
so
it's my
That
favourite.
that one's the most popular for
It's
weddings.
easier, isn't it?
That's
they
not
just
the one
pick it
where
up.
you've got.
Well,
Oh,
they-
I'm
you
thinking
just-
like
you-
Titanic days when you've got the.
No,
I'd
well,
love that.
all of them, you just pick them up. So you
Fine.
don't have to dial anything. You
Oh,
don't need to
okay.
plug them in. You don't
Okay.
need an internet. You
Right.
don't need. So when we developed the idea, we wanted to make sure as well that it could be put anywhere.
Right.
So having a plug, imagine you're like, well, there's no plug there, and then you've got to think about a plug, and that's the last thing a bride or groom wants to think about.
Yeah. Well, this is it. When you're setting up a wedding and you're getting all these supplies in. Yeah. There's a lot of plugs and sockets needed. So
Right. Exactly. And so it also avoids more like sometimes if you have a plug, they need more pat testing and all this stuff.
Yeah. So at least you can put it where you want it.
And also a lot of the time we have clients that will put them outside and then bring them inside.
Oh.
So, and I always say to people when we have like some help videos on our website as well. So I basically, every phone that we have has a separate video that people can go on and shows you how to set that specific phone up. So although a lot of them work the same, people just like to see their phone working. 2.5 minutes. It's very simple, but it's nice to be able to put them where you like, because it makes it more, people can go out and use it, you know, and have an experience of, because people think as well, oh, if I put the phone in a hallway in your, between the bar and that, I'm going to get loads of messages. And you do, but they're quick.
So do you do...
Hi, and then do you see what I mean? So it's better having an area out the way where people can go and have 2 minutes of leaving you a message.
Think about
and
what
you
you're
get
saying.
so many more messages.
Well.
Right, okay.
Absolutely.
No distraction. So would you put like signs with it to explain it? They're not coming and ringing for a taxi and...
No. Do you know what one of the most common things we hear, funny enough? Pizza, can we get a pizza?
That's what someone else told us.
Yeah.
But
it's not really funny though, is it?
It is if you're drunk.
I suppose so.
It might be to the people that have booked it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But what was your question? I forgot. What was you saying? Oh, signs. Yes, we have loads of different signs. So not just for weddings. We have like birthday boy. There's a rainbow sign there. We have a bridal shower, gender reveal.
Share your birthday wishes. Tell a funny memory or anecdotes. I like that.
So basically, just tell. And then another thing that we have with it is our prompt cards. So they're over there.
Yeah.
I like the bucket list idea and life lesson.
Yeah, it's just. Do you know what?
Prompters.
It's just something that people can look at and understand what the product is.
Yeah.
And we have these prompt cards which people can add on. And you can pick what does
cherished memories.
So if you turn it over, there'll be questions on the back.
Wow.
Yeah.
If each of the couple were an animal, what would they be and why?
I love that.
What exciting endeavours do you hope the couple embark on during their marriage?
So it's just if people don't know what to say, it's like it's a fun thing that they can pick up, and actually people can go back and often with the cards.
They'll walk away going, oh, actually, I'll do it,
Then there's more, so then you'll get more usage out of the phone.
That's
so,
and actually you get better messages left on there rather than just like, do you remember that time that you ran down the street naked,
And there's always new things that we're working on, like in the future to, because this business is fairly new, we're always thinking of like the next step. And so that's one thing that that I have in my brain.
Can you share with us what you're thinking?
Well, we're actually we're working on a phone that also has a video element to it.
I love that.
But it's
how does that work?
Just bear with me on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you because of this great idea, loads of people are jumping on the bandwagon and there are lots of companies that are doing it. What makes you different to other people doing the same thing?
Well, first of all, it's solely what we do, right? So you can book online, e-commerce. You don't have to send an email, is my date available, and wait for a reply.
Okay.
That is, I think, important these days. People don't want to imagine having to write into Amazon and ask if you've got something in stock. Like it just, people don't like that anymore.
Yeah.
The second thing, we have really unique styles of phone, which a lot of other companies might not have. You'll be surprised as well. You get some issues. It hasn't turned up to my house. The raw mail, I've lost it, and so we have a 24-hour. You can call us and we'll pick the phone up.
With things like this, these are what I call little add-ons. In the big scheme of like picking up the dress, making sure the photographer's making you might forget at the last minute shit that's not arrived.
Yes, and actually that's interesting. Based on what I was just saying, people book very last minute as well.
Yeah.
So we have people could. So if someone goes online now, they could
Yeah.
book a phone for this weekend, and we'd get out to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that if you're looking to book something, you can't wait for a reply. And not just that, we also have all the signage options too. So that's included. The prom cards is a very small add-on if you want the prom cards.
Yeah.
So you're getting and we also edit the messages very well. We don't just clip them together and then they're like, here it is. We remove background noise and we make them sound
that's
better.
cool.
And that is actually
Okay.
I think a very important element to what we do because it makes such a difference. On our website, you can actually see a before and an after of that.
Oh, really?
Do they post them back to you after the wedding and then you do the editing, or?
Yes, so we send the phones out with everything that you've ordered,
Yeah.
and when you're done, you just put the returns label on and send it back. And then we get the messages out to you normally in around 7 days, 7 to 14
Do you
days.
ever panic they get lost?
It's never happened.
Okay, good.
We
Touch wood.
did once. So we've done thousands of bookings,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I would say the worst situation we had, and I'm very open and honest about it because nothing's perfect.
Never ever.
We sent a phone and it should have got to Scotland and it ended up in Northern Ireland.
I had dresses. Our shop is on New Zealand Avenue. We've had dresses go to New Zealand.
I mean,
Before.
seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We got back.
And then the thing is, right, what do you do about it, right? And that's the thing. We have so many phones in stock. Send another phone.
Yeah.
Right. Good.
You got
backup plans.
We have never not got a phone out to someone's wedding.
Right.
Like we've always made sure that a phone has gone out. So you'll be surprised. There was one company, and it makes me angry based on what you were talking about earlier with Taylor Swift tickets. They set up a company, I won't name them because there might have been more to it, but the general sense was they scammed loads of people getting married.
No.
They advertised this for like £150 online. None of them got sent out. And we had, I would say, 250 phone calls on emails saying, my wedding's on Saturday, it's Thursday, the phone hasn't turned up, can you send me a replacement?
I bet they paid on PayPal, which out of the 28 days you've got nothing.
Or it was just cash. A lot of people just paid cash.
Pay cash.
Bank transfer. And this is the other thing as well, we take credit card on our website.
Thank you. Yeah.
Credit card is such a good thing.
Do you say thank you?
I just say thank you because
Yeah.
I just think anybody in the industry, you
We
have
take credit card, thank you.
People ask me how do I pay, and I went, well, if you pay on credit card, you're insured.
Absolutely, paying credit card is the best thing because then you're completely protected, right?
Yeah,
if you don't get the service. So yeah, it's just we do an all-round service. This is all we focus on, and I mean, we have such cool. I think we have really cool phones, and
do you go shopping? Sorry, do you go shopping for phones like in like old little shops? Can I be like your phone sourcer?
Do you know what?
Too much.
Do you know what? It's hard because if we produce a model, we have to be able to have more than one.
Yes.
Right? Otherwise,
of course.
Right. And then also, if you
make
don't,
sure it doesn't break.
If you don't have more than one, then if that phone does go wrong or breaks, then you can't replace it with anything. So you have to think business brain as well. From a business perspective.
Yeah.
So. And also the other thing as well, we have, when you go online, it's very easy. You select the date, it shows you all the phones available for your date, and then that's the phone that you get.
And that's your stock room. Your stock room's live, basically.
How many different styles of phone do you think you have?
It depends if it's America or England because we have different styles because of the markets. So there's probably about 15 in each one.
What don't we like here that you love there?
Well, we have a London. We have a phone called the London, which is like an old
tall
style
one.
Yeah, the red telephone box. We don't do that in America.
They don't get it, no.
Because it's just not something. And this is the other thing as well. We also have a lot of clients that fly from England to get married in America and vice versa, and they book us. And we will make sure that
you get it to their venue.
We'll make sure as well. So I had a lady who was American. She flew to England, so we sent the phone there, but then we mailed out the audio messages to her on our keepsake in America.
Oh, well done, yeah.
So that's something that we like to do. When it comes to that from a business thing, we have to get a little bit hands-on and do it manually and stuff, but that's fine. That's what we... I really enjoy it. We have such cool customers. Right, there's a lady that I'm actually picking a phone up from her after this, because I said I'm driving.
Oh my God, you're gonna be dead on your feet.
I said we're driving past your house. Like, how about I pick it up? Because I like to. We don't get the chance to meet people too often.
Yeah.
And she was so nice. She was so nice, and
is this one that they've had the wedding?
She's had the wedding. Yeah, it was last week. Yeah.
Wow.
So
tell us about the messages that you get on them. What's your favourites?
Well, I'll tell you. Last week, someone actually used a phone in America for a wake.
What a good idea!
So that we've had that a few times.
Yeah.
But the phone got sent back to me, and we don't go through the messages like with an absolute tooth comb, because of like we feel it's a bit intrusive.
Mm-hmm.
So we edit it in a way that you kind of like, you don't have to listen to every second, right? But when these messages came back, I just listened to one and I got really emotional, because for me it was like it was, people talk about like full circle moments. It kind of took me back to why I started the business from my previous idea of like you know what I mean?
Memories.
And everyone was leaving messages as if they were talking to the guy that had passed away.
Yeah.
And it was really sad. I cried.
Yeah.
Like,
really touching.
Yeah. So that's it kind of,
so it can be used for anything, really, can't it?
Absolutely. We, birthday, we do bar mitzvahs, a lot of bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs in America.
It's very big.
Graduation parties is huge.
Bat mitzvah? I thought it was bar mitzvah.
One's for girls, one's
for boys. Thought so, right, cool.
And I think one's age 12 and one's 13. Yeah. Or I might be wrong, 34, sorry. Yeah.
But graduations, I bet they're wild.
Huge. April, May, June, graduation crazy.
Oh,
so we had another thing that we do as well.
I want to ask you what kind of messages you get for them.
We actually had, should I tell you a funny story?
Go on, tell us, yes.
We had, I can't name.
No, that's fine.
We had a person write to us recently and said, sorry, it's a little bit embarrassing. And I'm like, what's the matter? She goes, well, I fell out with my mum at the wedding and she left a really horrible message on the phone.
Brilliant.
So is there any way you can take it out, because I don't want my wife, and we've made up now. And I'm like, yeah, but now I'm thinking I now need to work out which one it is, because a lot of people might not say, hi, it's Lauren, or blah blah blah. So that's fine.
Yeah.
I should be like,
so did you have to ask her what she had said then?
They don't know.
They were drunk.
The phone's only just come back. So that's something that we have to. That will be like I'll handle that.
Has she given you any clues to what she said, or?
Well, we just know it's not on a nice.
It's not a very nice one. Will you let us know what was said?
Secret.
Yeah, off the thing.
Off the thing. Okay.
Because all the messages are, we like to keep it. We send them to the couples, and sometimes we use them for promotion, but we normally ask first.
I just think it's nice as well. Sorry, being a bit morbid, but like when you have elderly relatives, or not, because anything can happen to anyone at any time. But just knowing you've got like a lovely message from them with their voice on.
Yeah.
Well, we've said it before, haven't we? When we've heard, couples getting married, and as she's walking down the aisle, the voices of the children are where they've left a message on a recording is being played. Especially like.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
before.
but like combined families.
Or the wife's written, the bride to be has written a speech to her husband, and so it plays just before she comes down.
But I love it with the children, especially if it's to be stepdads, and we really think you're funny, and we love you, and and all the funny little messages.
Oh, that's cool.
It's quite sweet, yeah, and I love that.
He's like.
Write that down. Some people will get their messages and they'll listen to them on their year anniversary. So we have that quite a lot. They'll keep them, they'll lock them away, and then they'll on their year they'll listen to them back.
I think that would make a good background over the video of the wedding.
We have that too. So some people ask if they can have. Some people will write to us and say, can we have these files? And so we try to do it the best we can.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's we have our service that people pay for, and it can be quite time consuming, but it doesn't happen a lot.
No.
So at the moment we're just happy to do it as part of our service.
Yeah, maybe it could be an added extra.
Yeah, and it's quite nice because they might just want the clip of their mum or their dad or someone that's closer to them.
What's your biggest challenge with this, apart from you being in Florida?
Oh, that's the easy question. What do you think it is? With a rental business.
Getting them back.
Getting them back.
Did it get pinched?
I'll tell you something, right? We have a big buffer. So we have a buffer between bookings.
Yeah.
So when you book a phone, we ask people to send them back within 3 days of their book date. So if you get married on Saturday, you need to put it in the post by Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes, guess what happens?
Gets left at the
honeymoon.
Yeah.
Don't get it back.
That's what I was going to say.
And it's frustrating because
you've got the turnaround. We've got it with our hoops. So we give them a 3-day.
What's the hoop?
It goes underneath the dress.
Oh yeah.
It's like a petticoat.
Like a cage.
I thought it was, but then I'm thinking hula hoop.
What's that?
I did a hula hoop, didn't I?
And we give them 3 days. They get to take it away when they go and have their fittings and bring it back and everything. But it doesn't come back, and it's like we're waiting for that to come back for the next person.
They never bring it back. So.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because we used to be very lax with that, and we used to be like, no worries, blah blah blah.
No, you can't.
So now
if you're that busy, you can't.
So every booking that we send out, we ask people to kind of do social media, and then we also have a QR code which takes people to the instructions. But we also have important instructions. Important for return.
Go here. Where's which cabinet? That one. Important.
And then we also have loss and damage late fees. Now, since we've done that, it's got a lot better, and we've never actually really had to charge anyone.
Yeah, and I think if they go missing, then they get lost as well. They're not going to get their messages, are they?
Right.
But also as a business, you need to be.
Yeah.
Because I suppose you need to maintain them and do something with them.
Do you know what? When you do the edit,
Yeah.
don't show this password on it.
They can't see
I'd
that.
like to read it
No,
out.
Yeah.
Sorry. How fun is that? I was going to be like, that's a really easy password to remember.
No, because that's just for people that have booked the phone. So that's just content for people that have booked.
What are your prices?
So in America, we charge around $299, which includes the delivery there and back.
Yeah.
And in England, depending on the phone, the cheapest is £209.
Right. Okay.
And then it kind of goes up a little bit from there.
Okay.
So,
and that's
but you get the signage.
Yeah.
So what we've recently done
Yeah.
is we decreased our prices.
Yeah.
And then we started to charge for the keepsakes and also the prompt cards.
Yeah. Okay.
To start with, everything was included.
Yeah.
What we found was the prompt cards, people would order them and they'd never come back.
Right.
I mean, so what we did now is now we
they
charge
would
for
have
them.
to send them
so
back.
now people go,
yeah,
it's that, now people have to tick a box. We want them, they're ordering them.
Right.
They're paying a little bit extra for them.
Yeah.
It's £20 extra for them.
Well, people probably guess, probably putting them in their pocket, not thinking about it.
Right. And so we find that better because now you have more of an option what you want, and also for some people they don't want anything, so the phone's cheaper.
Yeah, perfect.
So, and we also have a digital delivery too, so everyone gets an online page.
Right.
Now it's quite new that we've started to do this, so that if anyone doesn't want the keepsake, it's on there and it's on there forever.
Okay, perfect.
So guess what?
Do other companies do that? I've not heard of it.
I don't think so in the UK. I don't think so, no. We do a lot of things that other people don't do.
Like
and
what?
we also don't copy people because we started,
Shade.
Oh yeah. Well, do you know what? It's fine. Like there are other companies that I think have copied us.
Yeah.
I think the frustrating thing is when you get a company that say, we've got the first phone that looks like this.
Oh,
and
don't
I'm like,
lie. Yeah.
why are you, like, that annoys me because you're lying about it.
No. Always,
Yeah.
You don't
always
need to lie.
tag people.
Just say you do
Always
that
credit.
phone, and it's like, but I just don't get involved. Like, I focus on our business and make sure our customers are happy, and that's
Exactly.
my
Take
main
it as
thing.
compliments.
We've got to talk about Heat magazine.
Oh yeah, I used to work. I worked there for a bit. Yeah.
Did you? I used to love Heat magazine.
Yeah. Well, we had.
What did you do there?
So I actually I started as a video producer, like intern, and then I was like freelancer video producer, but I was in every day, and I was there for, I think I worked there for about 2.5, 3 years.
Wow.
So I did all their, I was based in the Heat magazine office.
Yeah.
But I worked sometimes across the brand. So I went over to Kiss FM and filmed their radio interviews. I did Closer magazine. I did a few things for them. That kind of, it just, depends on.
How did you get into that?
So I did television production as a degree at university.
Right, okay. Yeah.
I went to Bournemouth.
Okay.
Which is where your last guest was from.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And,
They all follow each other around.
Yeah. And then I got like a summer job at ITV Studios.
Right.
So Graham Norton, the Alan Carr show, Paula Grady show, that was around that time.
Oh my God. Did you get to meet any of them?
Oh yeah. And all the
Did you meet Jonathan Ross? Was he
no.
there? Oh.
Didn't meet him.
Oh.
I met his wife.
I went
Or
to one of his
girlfriend,
shows.
Martin.
Was it this year? or
Yes,
last
she
year?
actually wrote the film that what's the film that they did with Take That did the song?
Oh yeah.
Man on a star.
What's
that
it
one.
called?
Gold Dust or something. Stardust.
No.
I know exactly which one you mean, but I can't think
That
of
one,
it.
anyway.
Bloody
Yeah.
good, anyway, yeah.
So is it Stardust?
No.
Alright, think
It's,
about it. I can't remember.
It's where they all try and go to the concert or something. It's a group of girls. That one.
No.
And then they take that
No,
phones.
no,
I saw the
different
trailer
film,
for that.
innit?
No.
It's a different film.
Yeah, they only did the soundtrack, but it wasn't about them.
Anyway.
Anyway.
See how we got there, but so through that job, there was a girl there that I met who was on and then she ended up getting a job at doing what, and then she left that job and said you should apply for the job at Heat, and then I got it.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it was kind of like, I guess by, she kind of, there was other people that went for the interview. and
Who
I
was
guess
relevant at that time when you were there?
One Direction, X Factor was huge. It was like, like X Factor, reality was big.
Yeah.
Big Brother was
Yes, the good old days.
That was like
Watching Emma Willis at the moment on Love Is Blind.
Oh, I haven't started
UK.
watching.
You're watching that? Oh, me and John's hooked.
Yeah, I've only watched
It's
the first one.
brilliant.
Yeah, I love them too.
And Matt, so I met both of them.
Oh,
please tell me they're as nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know
Willis.
what? Out of everyone I met, like I was so lucky, and the 3 years that I was there, everyone that I worked with in that office was amazing. Like I don't have anything bad to say about anyone. My boss there, she was so good, and she what I loved about her name was Lucy, and she was so nice, and she like would care about everyone. Like she had this like thing about like just knowing if something was up, or she was just, I could see why she was the editor and shit. Like she was just so nice. And but anyway, my whole time there, I got to meet a lot of famous people. I remember being in a radio studio once with Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus. Like I got to speak
you actually
to her.
saw Taylor Swift like in the flesh.
Did you
like there?
touch her?
I remember.
Was she nice?
Show her hands. I bet her hands.
Well, do you know what's funny? Is a lot of the time when I'd go to, because I was like 22, so I'd be going to film these people, and sometimes you'd get people that go, you can't, like, don't shake their hand.
Yeah.
And I'm serious, that happens.
Does it happen?
Right? There was one particular person where he would only be filmed from one side of his face.
Can you say who? They're not going to sack you. Don't work there.
Well, no, but I don't know whether it was like, that's what I was. So we had Enrique Iglesias in.
Right.
And I was told you can only film him from this side.
Yeah.
Whether that come from him, someone else, that's just what I was told. So I'm like, that's fine. And do you know what? We all have things that you want.
Yeah.
Sorry, that man's beautiful. So take him from any.
But
other
I
side.
remember.
Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. But he's beautiful at every angle. For God's sake.
We had, but I was always be myself, because I don't feel like you should ever tell someone how to be a person if they're being polite. Like, you don't have to tell someone, don't shake their hand. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
So you know what I would do? I'd go in there.
Kiss
Hi, I'm
them.
Andy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. So, but everyone was.
So did you get to meet Taylor Swift? Did you speak to her?
I briefly spoke to her. I did a lot of red carpet stuff. Miley Cyrus was really nice. There was a problem with the microphone, so I spoke to her for like 20 minutes. That was great.
Was she nice?
Yeah, we spoke about, she sliced her little finger off with a tin can thing.
Yeah.
And so we spoke about that for like 15 minutes and her time in London. But it was such a cool job. Like I felt such a
22.
because I felt so privileged to be
Were you single?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I felt so privileged to be in that environment. I was going to like the Brit Awards after parties, and I'd go to like the BAFTAs, and I'd go like, this is like really cool. But do you know what? The fun of it wore off, because I'm thinking, okay, I did it year 1, year 2 was the same, because look, the awards are the same every year.
Yeah.
And then this was the same every year.
It was the same as me with wedding shows, and when we go to awards,
Right.
you're so excited to be going, which I'm taking it with me.
Mate,
but,
I'll drop you in a second for the Brit Awards.
but it's the same thing. It's
Right,
you know.
but it was the after party. The Brit Awards after party was like, it was invite only, and there was I don't know, always 3 Brit Award after parties. There was the one at there was a Universal one, there was a Sony one, and then another one that I can't remember. But you'd always try and work out who was going to who. So you'd think,
who's
right,
gonna be the best
well,
one.
Taylor Swift was on that label, so she would be there.
Yeah.
But Ed Sheeran's her friend, and he's there, so like maybe she's also going to go to the other one, and so you kind of work out, you know. I remember going to one, and Rita Ora was like literally there dancing on the table.
Oh.
Like they just, you know, it was great. I really enjoyed it, and do you know what? Out of everyone I met, because I feel like you're going to ask me this question.
It is on here.
I feel like everyone I met, most people, 99% of people were super friendly. And you know, you hear like, oh, this celebrity's horrible, or this celebrity. I think it's normally how you like you are with them.
Yes, 100%.
I do think that.
Simon Cowell.
Yes.
Was he lovely?
Yeah, that was the time when it was Simon, Cheryl, Louis, Dermot. Dermot's great.
He's my crush. I tell you.
Dermot, we did a Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball photo shoot with him.
I remember that.
I feel that he's up for anything.
So he's such a, and do you know what I liked about him? He came. I remember they were doing the test shoot, so I was sitting on the wrecking ball.
We should have got one, shouldn't we?
Yeah, and he comes in and goes, "You alright, Andy?"
You're just hanging
And this
around.
was from a photo shoot like 6 months. He remembered my name from 6 months before. And like Joey Essex, we filmed a lot because the editor-in-chief had links with him, and she used to write some of his books and things and work with him on that. So we did a lot of stuff with him, and it kind of all tied well together. And Towie, he was super nice. Yeah, okay. Really nice, and just like down to Vicky Patterson. She's like one of my favourite people.
Her.
Like her.
She's getting married in a couple of weeks.
She is getting married in a couple of weeks.
So she's
got a good few dresses as well.
She's
just had
really
a Hindu,
nice.
yeah.
She's like the most, like, out of everyone I met in the 3 years that I was there, I would say she was the like number one for me.
Really?
In terms of like friendliness, like, you know, like here's my phone number, and we did this raffle to raise some money, and we both were selling the tickets, so we had this like who could sell the most tickets.
Oh, wow.
And I thought she was going to win, and then I kind of cheated a bit. But
how did you cheat?
Well, I just kind of like there was one person with loads of money, and I just got on to buy them all. It was just one person. So
look at which camera?
Sorry, yes.
Look into the camera.
Sorry,
and say,
Vicky, you kind of won. But no, honestly, and there was a couple of people I didn't like.
Who?
Because they were rude.
Yeah. There's no excuse.
Gemma
for
Collins.
Rude. Okay. Is it her persona?
No,
to
it was not. Like I was
Yeah.
steaming an outfit for her.
Right. God, you did everything.
Well, it's a team effort.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
I'm there doing behind the scenes filming
Yeah.
and things. I'm not doing anything. So I sat with the wardrobe team in the office. So I'd say to them, hey, like, do you need a hand?
Yeah.
And we'd always help each other. They'd help me, you know, whatever. Yeah. And I remember steaming a item of clothing, and she like just like grabbed it out of my hand like that like that's enough. Like, and I just thought like that forevermore that stuck in my head. That one moment.
Yeah.
And I just think, you know what,
Always
like
treat
maybe
people with
we all
kindness.
have a bad day.
Yeah.
And I let it go. You hear stories from other people about people, but you always have to make up your own opinion.
Of course.
Always make up your own
Yeah.
opinion. And but that's it, yeah.
God.
So when we get Gemma in, we'll get you in as well at the same time.
Yeah, you can ask her why she did that.
Yeah.
And she'd probably say, like, well, I'm a diva.
Right.
Because she is a diva, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she's great at what she does. She's a great entertainer. Like, she, you know,
It's funny,
she's,
but yeah, I hear you
I can
on
see
that.
why people love her. Seriously, she's a great character.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be that behind the scenes.
No. And
Even
who
if
else?
you're having a bad day, there's no need to be rude to people.
Yeah,
People.
seriously, yeah. But you know what?
And understand boundaries. Like, you know, I know it comes across sometimes that we have big digs at each other, but it's coming from good places.
Right.
You know, we're safe. You know.
And you have to understand as well. Like, I was 21, 22.
Right.
I was young,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there's also other young people, young girls in the office as well.
Yeah.
And I just think, like, something that you say to someone when they're young, it's so impressionable on them.
Yeah.
And
Well, if you're
it can-
seeing somebody get away with that, you think it's acceptable.
Yeah, but you see, like, that time I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
I
said
didn't say
something to
anything.
someone else.
But, you know, as time went on, and you're there, and, you know, I'm there for a bit longer, so I've got more oomph behind my job.
Yeah.
I start to think, I don't. It's funny. The A-listers, lovely. Even the B-listers are nice. It's the people that are like, you know, maybe down here. They're the worst because they think they're all fake. Like they think they're all. I did a photo shoot once with two. Well, I was doing behind the scenes for two people. I'm not going to say who they are, but they're from reality TV, not Towie, and not Geordie Shore. And they were, because everyone from Geordie Shore was great, everyone. They were just like talking about like this car that she was going to get, like a free car that she just had to drive around and get photoed in. She was like moaning about it in front of me.
It's
And
got
I'm
to
like,
be made in Chelsea, isn't it?
and I'm thinking to myself, are you, like, why are you saying this in front of me? Like, you sound like an idiot. Like, do you not realise how lucky you are?
Yeah.
We
Seriously.
had this on the train when we were going to see Lucinda, those two girls opposite us.
Yeah.
They were
No, they
awful.
were really slagging off their friend.
They
It was
were.
really
It was
mean.
terrible. Anyway, we've gossiped too much. So, where do you now
Sorry.
go from this?
Well, we're in a big expansion stage in
we?
the United States at the moment. And I would say in the UK as
Yeah.
well. You know, so we're always learning how to kind of improve and make the service better for customers, and we're working on like new things, and as I said, like new signs, new way of sending people their audio messages.
Yeah.
You know, all sorts of different things coming up.
You got to tell
Fine.
us.
Well, one of them's the video phone, right? So one way or another,
Yeah.
one way or another that should look good.
Yeah,
So we'll
perfect.
see. We'll see.
Will you
The
play?
wheel time.
Oh,
you're
this
gonna
is
say
the
it's our
wheel. Yeah,
time.
we're going to play our wheel.
What's the wheel?
You got to
The
spin our
wheel.
wheel.
What's the for what?
We're going to play a game with you.
Oh, all right.
Oh shit!
Is it like that you do with everything?
It's a bit like spin the bottle.
Yeah.
God, here we go.
Here we go. Give it a spin. Give it a good spin. Everybody's just really gentle, don't they? Look at this mess. Oh wow!
And you knocked it over.
Geez, sorry, this is taking a while, isn't it?
Your jet lag's
I'm
gonna
surprised
go
they
in.
didn't say just asleep.
Pet hate.
What's your pet hate?
Hypocrites.
Yes.
Yes.
Can't stand it.
Yeah. Love that.
Don't be a hypocrite.
Give us an example.
Oh, I mean, there's so many examples of being hypocritical, innit? Oh God, okay, I can't think of one. With my business,
Go on
right?
then.
Yeah.
Someone calls me, books us last minute.
Yeah.
Great, I can get your phone out to you, but bearing in mind, we only have that one style left and we need it back. Can you send it back on Monday? Yeah, I'll never do that. And then they just don't send it back.
Are we talking about another supplier?
Is that really hypocritical?
No,
I don't know, that's
not
not really
customers.
hypocritical, that's just annoying, isn't
That's
it?
lying.
Yeah, that's lying.
Yeah.
Hypocritical, let me think of something else. Just, I don't know, like, people that say they hate smoking and they smoke, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even think of an example.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but we
I get
get
your
it.
vibe.
But it
yeah, we
happens
get it.
all the time. I feel
Yeah.
like it happens all the time. You know, like with your friends, when they, like, pull out of something that you've booked and then they'll just, like...
I don't pull out of things.
But then, like, they'll be like, oh, I never do that. And then
They
you
do
go
it.
to their thing and then they pull out of yours.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you're
it's
like,
I didn't
"What?"
mean it that way when they clearly meant it that way.
Yeah, and I hate people that don't just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Like, just be honest.
Lies.
Like, if you can't make it to something because you just don't want to go, just say,
it's not my thing,
mate. Like, I'm not feeling up to it. Like, I hope you have a good time, rather than my car's broke down.
Okay,
I can't stand that. I'm just very honest, and I feel like that anyone in the wedding industry should be honest with their customers.
100%.
Because I tell you something with I'll say brides, because brides, right?
Well, they organise it.
If you muck up on someone's wedding day, they will not forgive you for it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that.
Well,
and so you have to make sure.
We've had it with other suppliers, and we see it, because we see the before. We're dealing with the brides all the way up to the wedding, and then we see them afterwards, and they're like, book them, didn't turn up. They got a better offer and didn't tell us they weren't coming.
About that one,
and stuff like that.
And do you know what? Touching base on that, it's always good. Some people book their suppliers really far ahead.
You have to, here in the UK at the moment, it's a good year in advance.
Yes.
We're going back.
But when you book a smaller new company that's been around, like this other company that scammed everyone, right? There's no history to them. You don't know they're going to be around next year. So you just got to be careful. Pay on a credit card. That's all you've got to do. Pay on a credit card and you're absolutely fine. Right? If you
no
don't...
PayPal,
don't bank transfer anyone.
No. Credit card only.
I suppose you take credit card now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Take it all, cakes, whatever you want to pay.
But that's how it should be. And I think if a business doesn't take a credit card,
beware.
Just think about it.
Yeah.
That is not financial advice, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Right, give it another spin. Let's do a quickie.
Oh, hello.
And then we're going to answer. We're going to do some questions from the public.
Shall I just pick one?
Oh.
No, go on. I'll spin it.
God, you dog me in it then.
Am I asking you?
I don't know. Oh, what a good one to go on for you. Gossip.
I feel like you've given us loads of gossip.
Gossip in your industry and gossip in the celebrity.
Did you ever find out something first before all we did, and it was like a scandal and you couldn't believe it, and then you had to...
There was a lot of things.
Smile.
Okay, so to be fair, there was a lot of things that came through when I was working where I worked, which I just would never say.
No.
Yeah, I can't say it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's just, I wouldn't want to go there.
But they never got released.
Because to be honest, because I don't know the outcome, and I wouldn't want to say.
Yeah.
But you'd get people in all media industry, you'd get cease and desist, like do not publish this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something that I did learn in when I worked at Heat Magazine. I didn't realise that. So let's say that we found out a story about someone. Right, and I did online, a bit of online, but so this was more like the news team. But if they found out a story and they wanted to run, let's say it was like they saw someone doing something that they shouldn't be, or something like that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. I thought, they're just going to run it.
No.
They don't.
Well, that's what happened to our Married at First Sight guy. He got news of it the night before when Peggy released all her story, and
so how do
he can squash it, can't he? He can say
no. Most in the media industry, you normally have to I think in media compliance and that you have to give a right of reply a lot of the time. But I'm talking about like if like a picture of something, you'd always reach out, right? So for example, someone who's like Simon Cowell, you got to think he controls a huge area, especially back then. You've got X Factor, you've got Britain's Got Talent, you've got One Direction, Little Mix, all these bands. If you found something out over here that you might wanted to print, it would. And I'm not saying with him. No, it's not a story with him. It was just an example.
Generalisation, yeah.
He might say, or his PR or whatever. Well, if you run that, forget filming any of these people, any of these people, and actually the amount of stories that don't run because of that is way more than you think. And I think there's a lot of stuff that actually could be out there that doesn't get out. Sometimes it leaks, And
is this why then things years later come out?
Yeah, because people might, like me, I might leave the business, be disgruntled and say anything, but that's not me. Like I'm not disgruntled. So,
I love
I mean, what's the only thing I've said here? I've said everyone was nice. Said something bad about Gemma, but if I spoke to her, I'd tell her.
Yeah.
And she maybe should say sorry.
Right,
and then Enrique
let's
and Glazias, so that's all right.
Let's do some questions. So we get people to write in, and they also do them.
Well, there's a lot in it.
We
not going through all of them, don't worry.
literally get loads and loads and loads and loads. So pick one, anyone, top, bottom, middle. You can do 2 because we like you.
I hope I can read. Right.
You're gonna do. I'm gonna let her take one away. Right, what have you got?
I can't answer that one because I'm not a bride.
Oh, you can ask us then. We can answer it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm asking you. Shall I ask
Yes.
you? Okay. How do you get different cultures to mingle at a wedding?
I don't know, you just do.
Well, I think that's down to maybe place settings. I think that's to do with the entrance when they're walking with the storyboards,
Yeah.
the welcome boards and stuff like that. Music. Different cultured music.
Yeah.
I think
don't really know.
Food, drinks.
I just feel like everyone's everyone and it's
Yeah,
fine.
and I think when you're doing your table planning, probably mix your tables up a little bit.
When I run that photo booth business, everyone was involved.
Yeah.
Get in.
Yeah.
Jump in.
Yeah.
If you ever, just as a side note, if anyone that was watching this that books a photo booth company, 100% the most important thing is the attendant. If you don't get a good attendant for a photo booth,
Is that the person that's running it?
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Yeah. You need
Because
to compare.
I'm telling you now, even if, and this happened once to us, I was there and I'm always bubbly, like, I will run around the wedding and pull people in.
Oh, same.
Get in,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on, like,
yeah.
'cause
I
I'm
actually
thinking
do-
we need more photos.
I do that as a
Come
guest.
in. Right. So they're pulling everyone in.
Yeah.
All the photos got corrupt, deleted, gone. But I tell you what, because of how we were at the wedding, I was with someone else and we were fun,
Yeah.
they were okay about it. Because they still enjoyed the experience and it was fun.
Right.
And some people got emails, the emails sent off the thing.
Okay, yeah.
But it's so important. So that's really
It's the vibe, isn't it?
Anyone,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
Because people will book the cheapest photo booth,
Yeah.
or they'll book a photo booth that looks good.
Or they just come and plonk it there
Yeah.
and then.
Can I speak to your attendant on the phone?
Yeah.
Can you ask your attendant who I might have to call me, because it's so important. It's such a big thing.
Yeah.
Biggest tip.
Good. What you?
Sorry.
What you got?
How do you recommend that wedding dresses are cleaned after use? Come to us.
Yeah. Hand.
How do you clean them? Dry clean them.
Well, you don't. Sorry, dry cleaners, but we've had so many dresses that have come back from a dry cleaners, and they've done them with heat.
How would you do it? Do you have to send them off, or do you have to clean them?
It depends on the dress. It depends on the fabric. But a lot of the fabric is delicate, so hand cleaning, non-chemical.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of these dry cleaners will use heat to get dirt off. Don't expect your dress to come back brand new.
Yeah,
Some of these dresses come back
black.
Do you get people reselling their, if they have a wedding dress? Do you can they sell it back to you?
No, we don't do that. A lot of people will say, "Oh yeah, we'll sell it on," but they never do. So we do. We're doing loads of boxing.
Vicky said that. Vicky Patterson.
So many
did she
boxing.
say?
I just saw an interview that she did somewhere, and she said that she's going to sell her wedding dress after she's worn it, because I think she's doing
Well, she was thinking about auctioning it off for charity.
She's doing that new program with worn clothes,
Yes.
the vintage thing.
Yeah.
So they asked her, but wedding dress is different. You need it.
Yeah,
I think
She's having 3 as well, isn't she?
probably.
Yeah.
We've had
I can't wait
going
to
back to
see.
cleaning. We've had quite a few people message us. In fact, actually, we've had it in the shop. There's lots of things on the day to have in your little emergency case. Not just your paracetamol or anything like that. But I would put these stain pens. You get stain pens that take stains out. They're fantastic.
Yeah. A little thing of sellotape for makeup.
Sellotape.
If you go like that with the sellotape, it lifts the
that's
mark
clever.
up
Yeah.
instead of rubbing it. Or
You can get the
getting on wet
Vanish
tissue.
wipes as well off Amazon. They're brilliant. If you haven't got any of that stuff, like an alcohol base, so vodka is a staple. So if you put vodka on it, it will lift it.
Really? Do you ever get brides that will have, or a groom that will have a backup outfit in case there's...
We always say have a backup. I had a spare dress.
Yeah.
I had 2 dresses.
Yeah, because imagine if you were just about to walk down the aisle and a wine or something.
We had.
No, we
No.
had
The
the one.
bridesmaid with the red wine.
Yeah, but no, we had the one whose train caught fire because she got caught by a candle walking down the aisle.
No.
Oh, that's one of our guests. Yeah,
Yeah.
with her bride. Yeah.
You're joking.
Live candles.
I
And
mean, you can use Photoshop now, innit, to get rid of a few things.
Oh, fire. Right, mine is advice for is that reveal on the day?
Yeah. No, nerves.
Oh, nerves. Oh, it could be mine.
No. Nerves. Yeah, I think it means nerves.
Let's see.
Reveal or nerves?
Advice for nerves on
Nerves.
the day. Yeah.
Rescue remedy. The pastels.
I done a whole bottle of that before my driving test. I was calm as anything.
She pooed for a week.
I passed. Did I?
Shots.
I wouldn't do the liquid because the liquid will go straight through you. I would get the pastels.
Go through me. Probably would now.
I'd get the pastels and just have one of those in there.
Pastels.
Acupuncture before. A lot of people go for acupuncture before. Calm.
I'd say a nice
Seriously?
little glass
Yeah.
of Bucks Fizz.
Yeah.
Oh, can we do one more? Can we just do
Yeah.
one more?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
I
yeah.
really-
Did you not have a second
No,
one?
because
you're
that
not
one
really
we
into
kind of
this?
already answered.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
go on
yeah.
then. They're addictive, these cards, aren't they? You've done that one, done that one. I know, sorry, it's people.
This is more of a statement than a question.
Oh, go
Love
on
it.
then.
Make sure the kitchen has extra meals.
Oh, we've
As
just
we
done
had
that one.
an extra guest
We had that.
that we didn't know about.
We've had quite a lot.
Oh, okay. Here's I know.
He's
Hold
off.
on.
He's
Hold
off.
on.
Hold on. Where is it?
We have had loads of
Is he
these.
going back
Pet
to pet?
Go on then. This is where the cameras go.
No,
now.
here we go. Right. If you're spending, right, I'm
We
warming
have
up
to
now.
remember that you are jet lagged to hell.
I'm
aren't
jet
you?
lagged.
You know when I get angry and you're like, you're on one?
Yeah, this is it,
me?
yeah.
Right, but I think this is from this is more from my when I did my photographs,
Okay.
right? If you're spending thousands of pounds on your wedding,
Yeah.
right? I don't know, what's the average wedding now, like 36,000,
Yeah.
40,000?
16,000 something.
Oh, maybe that was dollar.
Yeah.
A
16
lot
to
of money.
20, yeah.
And you've got like a photographer, you've got a videographer, you've got a content creator.
Now, yeah.
You've got, anyone that's there. Please, eat. It doesn't have to be like nice food.
Feed them.
So do you know the amount of time that I'd turn up to set? I'd leave at 4 o'clock. I'd get to the venue at 5:30. I'd set up for an hour, 6:30. I'd do the booking for 4 hours, and then no food. And sometimes you'd go and there'd be a buffet, and I went and got food from the buffet after someone said I could, and then they moaned at me for getting food. And then,
Because
do you know what they did?
think
What, the bride
they
and
think that
groom?
you're only there for 4 hours, but actually you're setting up, you're taking down.
Well, not just that. I'm thinking, with photo booths, always what happens is, do you want a photo? No, we'll do it later. Do you want a photo? No, we'll do it later.
Yeah.
Soon as it hits 10 o'clock when they know you're shutting, they all come over. Well, what do you think you're going to do if you're hungry? No, sorry, I'm packing up.
The problem is...
Just even if it's Tesco sandwiches.
Yeah.
Have something, you
The
know?
problem is, it's not so much the couples, it's the venues. The venues will nearly always charge the same amount for the people that are sitting at the main tables for the suppliers as well. They should always have a supply menu for the same
that's
food.
diabolical.
You
I think venues that do that it's
So if you have
awful.
how many suppliers will you have? Say 10.
Right.
That £100 per person. That's a lot of money.
It's just like, it's not about like, and I can, so some perspectives from like the the couple getting married might go like, it's expensive. That's not what I'm saying with like suppliers. It's just people forget to realize, like, if you're driving in 30-degree heat, you don't have a fridge in your car.
No.
You don't have anywhere to take. It's just the accessibility of eating something in an 8-hour window. And that photographers are there from 6 in the morning. I just think, like, if you can, like, I mean, I know that anyone I've ever met really, really, really appreciates it, and it actually goes a long way for you to get more pictures, more photos, more.
You're happy.
Your happy suppliers are going to give a happy wedding.
Seriously.
But it is down to the venues. The venues need to do something that is a little bit. It's a supplier menu. It doesn't have to be as grand as the main stuff given
You
to
said you'd
guests.
be happy with a Tesco sandwich.
But you do
anything.
have suppliers that want the best meal.
I think that's up to them. If you're spending £5,000 on a photographer, and they're top of their game, they might be like, why are you I mean, can you just pay me £100 for the food or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, mate, that's up to them. But I'm just thinking like basic. I'm having a few cocktail sausages.
Yeah. But that's different.
Do you know what I mean?
Love a buffet.
Look at it on the other. Look at it on the other side. You know, the couples are spending, hundreds of thousands of pounds on their, not hundreds, but thousands of pounds on their wedding, and they're having to fork out. They've already paid their supplier. When they go to work.
Yeah.
In the office, they're taking their packed lunch, they're taking their microwave leftovers to heat up. Why can't you do the same? So that the other side of it.
So
then,
based on, I guess, that what we've just talked about, venues need to up their game. It's the venues.
I think they should.
If I owned a venue, seriously, like there's some, a great venue near where I'm from, Letchworth, the Red Coats. It's called the Red Coats, right? They will offer anyone. Do you want a Diet Coke?
Brilliant.
Free drink.
Brilliant.
Diet Coke. It literally costs a penny for a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Some venues you'll go up and say, "Oh, can I do you have Diet Coke?" £5.50, and you're like, "Are you kidding?"
That happened to one of our suppliers, didn't it? But it's but these venues are very short-sighted. Because how many weddings are you going to do a year?
And what
how many weddings are you
suppliers
going to do a year?
are going to recommend?
They're going to recommend. Yeah.
You probably have a lot of contacts with venues. If you don't, I would never recommend a venue that I feel like doesn't look after supplies well, or the access is bad, or they don't help when you turn up.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start a petition for like
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Food for suppliers.
On that note,
cocktail sausage.
We need to say goodbye because we have overrun loads. I'm surprised you're still going.
I'm conking out.
You're conking out.
I'm going to sleep.
How many hours have you been awake?
I don't
that text that you sent me going,
days.
My flight's been bumped, but I am on my way.
It's never happened in my. Just everything that went wrong. And then when we got off the plane, there was no what do you call it when they'll get off the bridge?
Oh yeah.
Broken, so we had to wait for buses. I'm like everything.
Did you not have somebody who had
Someone had a seizure on the flight. 10 minutes in.
Oh my
God.
I
was like, are they all right? They're all right. And then I'm thinking,
I've really got somewhere to be here.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no.
It's that like, hurry up,
Yeah, I was thinking we might have to like land in New York or something because you've kind of flown.
Oh, we would have come to New York.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Should we do that?
By the way, you two are very welcome to come and visit us in Florida anytime.
Stop, I cry my eyes out. It's my favourite place in the world.
Oh my God, I completely forgotten. You've got a competition.
Yeah.
I've not told you about
What's
this.
the competition?
We love a competition.
We do.
So especially
spin the wheel.
So especially for Wedding Mayhem, which camera boss? This one here.
That was like a throwaway point.
Oh, I like the little dance.
Oh, please,
two-stepping. So into this camera, let them know what the competition is.
So, let me just think about it. So, hi, I'm Andy from the Telephone Guest Book. I've just been on Wedding Mayhem today. We are giving away one of our Telephone Guest Books. It's actually probably the biggest competition we've done. We're going to do one giveaway in the UK and a giveaway in the United States. So, if you know, it doesn't even have to be if you're getting married. It can be a friend or anyone. So you can enter. All you've got to do is follow the Telephone Guest Book on Instagram. Please follow Wedding Mayhem on Instagram too, and on their YouTube channel. And we will, or you could pick a winner maybe on another show. And
fantastic.
We'll send out one of these phones, and you can get some lovely messages.
Ray, love it. Thank you very much.
Yes. Just have one for at home.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
So now we do need to say our goodbyes. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all the messages. Honestly, we've got hundreds here. Keep these messages coming. Keep your stories coming. We're having a load of traditions coming through, which we're loving. So different wedding culture decisions. So from me and these cheeky monkeys, we say goodbye and we'll see you next week. Bye.